Hi friends! Everyone's saying that the real estate market is tanking, and after a year of super low interest rates, low inventory, and probably the biggest demand that Seattle's ever seen, I say that things are more like going back to normal. I've helped a number of people buy a house this past year, and I just wanted to make sure that nobody's freaking out because they bought at the top of the market. I mean, Kendall and I have done this twice now, and we don't regret a thing. So let's take a look at my house in order to see how things have changed in the past year and what you can hope to expect in terms of appreciation. But first, a house tour.
Okay, house tour, ready. I think
Now, we did do a house tour last year, so we won't do everything right now, but you can check that out up here. But these are just some of the things that we really
on camera. So some of my favorite things about this house, we'll blast through them. Okay, the number one reason we bought it is that from the front of the house, you're up, right? Like it feels like you're on the second level. But at the back of the house, you walk right out to the backyard. So you're not like up on a deck that you have to go down to get into the grass. We really like the open floor plan. Kitchen, dining room, living room are all open. Originally, there was a wall here, which someone took down at some point, and I think that was a good call. Huge backyard, which is actually the opposite of what we were wanting because we hate yard work. But we've been able to play in the grass with Sealy this summer already, and so that has been lovely. And we like to host, like fire pit patio parties. So we do enjoy it. It's just kind of a pain to maintain. There's this like open area that we just pile junk in. So someday I hope this could be like another upstairs bathroom or a bigger kitchen or some like slightly more usable space than it is right now. Right now it's the junk room. Upstairs there's 3 bedrooms and a bathroom. There's no like primary suite where the bathroom's connected to the bedroom. So that was kind of a bummer for me, but the bathroom here is really big. It needs a little facelift, but it's a really good size, so that's a plus of this house. With Joanna living here as an au pair this year, there's 4 of us living upstairs in the 3-bedroom space, and I mean, I don't know what she thinks, but it just very adequate for us. We love it. This is probably Alex's favorite feature, is an oversized 2-car garage where he has his wood shop set up. If you don't park your cars in here, which who does that? Tons of room to store kayaks, woodworking stuff, all our camping stuff, bikes. It's a good feature. Let's go look at the home office. Really, the number one reason we bought this house was we knew that we could renovate this downstairs space into a home office. This was rough when we bought it. Alex did a lot of work upgrading this space to make it our home office. So now we work down here. We have the exercise bike. It's really junky right now. Alex has a like intense camera lighting set up for Zoom calls. I have my like viola practice station over here. So I'm kind of embarrassed that we didn't clean this before the video, but it's messy. We have 3 closings this week, so we're happy about that. And also, like when people come to visit, this is a pull-out couch. There's tons of room down here for that and air mattresses. And this is probably, it's not my favorite room, but it's definitely like the most functional. And I think we forced the most value by redoing this space down here.
If you've ever bought a house in a hot market, you know how demoralizing it can be. You have to waive pretty much all contingencies, you're massively escalating on price, and pretty much doing whatever the seller wants you to do. And yes, that's exactly what we had to do. We've been living in this house for about a year now. The renovations have been very slow. You can follow some of that progress on our new second YouTube channel. The whole process of buying this house was pretty frustrating. It was the 3rd house that we put an offer in on. Our budget was about $1 million. We didn't want to go more than that. First house was priced at $650,000 and it went to about $1 million. That's a big escalation, a lot of competition on that one. Second one, kind of the same thing. It was priced around $800,000, went for over $1 million. And then this house, it was priced at $800,000. It's a fairly quiet neighborhood, very residential. And I don't know, there were only 2 offers, us and another person. And we submitted an offer escalating up to $1 million in $25,000 increments. So, you know, basically we say that we will automatically beat any other offer by $25,000, and the other offer only escalated up to $850, so we ended up buying this place for $875. For some reason, this house was just kind of quiet. It was very similar to the other houses that we put an offer in on, same area, same size. For whatever reason, it was just kind of slow, and we got a little lucky. So we put a lot of work into our last house. We ended up flipping that over the course of 3 years, and there's a video about all of that up here. So we were able to put about $300,000 down on this place using the equity from that house, and our payment now is about $3,100, just a little bit higher. I'm pretty happy with how this house worked out and our position here. Okay, I want to show you a little bit about what has happened in the past 12 months. So here's my access point to the database of housing, otherwise known as the multiple listing service. Really, you know, you can do this on platforms like Redfin and Zillow. The multiple listing service gives me a little bit more detail and a little bit more control, but if you're wondering how much your house is worth, this is a good way to do it. We put that we're looking for 3 to 4 bedrooms. Our house is 2,300 square feet, so we're gonna go 2,000 square feet up to 2,600 square feet. That gives us a bit of a broad generalization. And let's draw a map around where we want to be looking. So we're gonna look throughout Shoreline, avoiding some of the most expensive areas because we don't live there. So here's all of the sales in the past, I think this is the past 6 months. Let's look and see what our house is roughly worth. And this will show, you know, what kind of appreciation we've had over the past year. I actually went into this house. I feel like that's a pretty good comparable. What I'm doing, I'm creating this comparative market analysis, or a CMA. This is something that I do very often for my job. And we're just gonna look at some of these comparable properties in order to get a gauge on if we put our house on the market, what it could go for. So over the past year, you know, the market has gone insane. A lot of houses sell within just a couple days. The past month or so, it's slowed down quite a bit. So I don't think that we could quite get what some of these houses are going for, even though they are very comparable. I think it's gonna spit out a number that is a little bit higher than. So I'm gonna add a couple AI generated adjustments and hitting next, and you can see it's suggesting we're just over $1 million. I think it's a little bit high. I do think that right at $1 million is pretty good. I think if we put the house on the market, it would sell for that, which means that we've appreciated $175,000 in 12 months, which is a pretty good investment, I would say. Literally, as I was editing this video, I both got a package at the door and an email from my favorite lender. The package contained a nice bottle of whiskey, and the email is this this application that she uses where it does like an automatic valuation of your house, and look at that. It's right at $1 million. So I'm feeling good about my CMA.
Thank you. Cheers to appreciation.
Cheers to appreciation. It's pretty good.